Howdy peeps, and welcome back to another 2HL podcast with me, Mr. Ling, and of course my learned colleague.
Hello.
Stephen DeBilla. That's him. The Ginger Winger himself. Sorry for that, the strange mix-ups with the podcast and things the last couple of weeks, but he's been ill and I've been ill and, you know, shit happens.
We synced up on our illness.
Yeah, it was different illnesses, which is quite nice. Makes a change.
But that's great.
Well, that's your fault, isn't it? You just like hospital food, I think. Always in there, blimey.
Awful.
Well, this week, the exciting topic that's on everyone's lips, minds, noses and bumholes is, of course, the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 are coming out. Xbox Series X a lot closer to now than the PlayStation 5, but, you know.
But only just, isn't it? Is it a month or two, I think?
Well, yeah, I mean, the Xbox is out in September. September? Is it out now?
No, it's not out now.
No, it must be October then or sometime.
It'll be October, November, won't it, for Christmas?
I think the PlayStation 5 is out in November, so it'd be before that, I think.
Yeah.
But we have to ask the big questions about these two massive juggernauts of the gaming world. Stephen, will we be buying any of them in November/December?
In November/December? No, we won't.
Will you be buying any of them when the prices come down a bit?
Possibly, maybe. Depends.
On what?
On what games come out for them in the future.
Well, they do have some interesting games coming out for them, I think. Obviously, Xbox will have Halo coming out for it. It was supposed to be on launch, but obviously Corona and things. Good old Rona screwing everything up.
And as far as I can tell, PlayStation's got exclusive Demon's Souls, Gran Turismo 7, and Spider-Man Miles Morales. And about another 20 more, which aren't really worth reading about. You know,
Project Gotham Racing or something?
That platformer with String, the sequel to that, and, you know, stuff, other random shit that nobody
I actually know what you're talking about with that random description that's in. But yes. Now, your past history, Stephen, you've had both Xboxes and PlayStations. Do you have a brand that you prefer?
I have had one Xbox.
You had the 360.
All the PlayStations, yes. So that should answer your question.
Did you not have the original Xbox as well?
No, I did not.
No. But so you had the 360, which we had hours of fun playing Madden on.
Yes. I mean, the 360 is still the best Xbox so far, I think.
I think you're probably right, actually, there. It's probably the best all-rounder for price-wise and usability and compatibility and things. But apparently...
At that time, I had two whole consoles. Was it PlayStation 3 and an Xbox 360?
Oh, look at you big flash booker. I have never owned an Xbox. I have, however, owned several of the PlayStations. Purely because normally when PlayStation came out, it came out as a DVD player as well, whereas Xbox did.
Yeah, the Blu-ray. I mean, I had like some Blu-rays. I think when was it PlayStation 3 came out with the Blu-ray player, was it?
PlayStation 3 would have been the Blu-ray, the first Blu-rays, yeah.
So I had some Blu-rays, and then, you know, everything started appearing online and streaming, and that's why I binned all those off.
I still have looking straight above me here at my computer's desk, I have a large collection of DVDs, and I can probably count on this hand how many are Blu-ray.
Yeah, I think I had about 5. I think I had like Serenity and I don't know what else, but honestly, it was probably just shite that came free with it.
Yeah, that's possibly. They did used to give free films out with them when you bought them, didn't they? Weirdly, when you bought
things. I always wait for the bundles. I always buy them in a bundle, so you get. I think with the PlayStation
controller and things like that,
it was like, ooh, you got a Blu-ray player, have a Blu-ray disc, and you get a choice of X amount of Blu-rays and a game. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. But I suspect, however, the new ones will not come out with a bundle of Blu-rays and things like that. Although the PlayStation 5, not the PlayStation 5 Digital, does have a disc drive in it with a HD Blu-ray in it.
Yeah, they both got two versions. PlayStation 5, which is your £450 one.
Yes, which is ridiculously expensive.
That comes with a Blu-ray drive.
Does it?
It does.
Yes, because it's got the kinky bit at the side, doesn't it? Yeah.
The digital edition, which is 360 quid, doesn't come with a Blu-ray drive.
But everything else is the same inside?
Yes.
Exactly.
And then you've got your Xbox X, which is 450 quid, which comes with the drive, and your Xbox S, which is 250 quid, doesn't come with a drive, and has half the power of everything.
Yeah. Well, it's half the size, isn't it? So, it kind of makes sense.
Price, pretty much. Yeah. So,
would you go for the X or the S, though, Stephen?
I wouldn't go for either at the moment.
No?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, if it had gone to my head, I'd have to pick the X, because I've got a 4K telly downstairs. And
this is another thing, you see.
I mean, the Xbox S does 120 frames per second at 2K.
Which is pretty good. It's pretty good.
Which is pretty good, but it can't go higher than that, and the X does 60 FPS at 4K.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. I mean,
4K telly, 4K XPS.
I mean, they can actually. I believe it scales up to 8K in some games as well. But I don't have an 8K TV. I don't have a 4K TV. And I think a lot of people don't have a 4K TV yet.
I don't know who's got an 8K telly, and if anyone else that's got an 8K telly, they can be my friend
and watch nothing because nothing is broadcast in 8K.
Yeah.
Or produced in 8K or streamed in 8K. Imagine trying to stream 8K. My internet would do a shit hemorrhage if I tried to stream something in 4K.
Mine wouldn't.
Yeah, well,
but now I've got Netflix in 4K at the moment, so.
Yeah, can you?
Yeah, mine is. Yours is probably downgrading itself to 1080.
That might be 1080. I'm quite happy with 1080. My eyes have been 1080. I mean, if you watch a VHS these days and you see how much it's improved, you appreciate the 1080ness. Yeah,
I mean, when I watch downstairs, it'll be 4K, but if I watch it upstairs on my telly, upstairs it'll be 1080. So.
Yeah, so it's fine. Yeah. Do you notice that much difference? Does it really kick you in the nuts that much?
No.
Exactly.
But I'm terrible at stuff like that. I went to the IMAX, I was like, it's like a normal cinema, it's just bendy. So,
Brilliant, perfect, yes, okay. Bendy cinema.
I just bought a decent telly because I could buy a decent telly. And
you might as well future-proof
10 years, isn't it?
Yeah. I was thinking, though, I mean, if you don't watch TV and films generally and games in 4K, would you game in 4K?
I mean...
Would it make that much difference?
The thing is, it'd be future-proofing.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I understand that. I mean, how long are you expecting to have these out?
I'm playing on my PC, which is the best way to play games, obviously. At Xbox X levels, Xbox S levels at the moment, over 120 frames per second at 2K.
No, I mean, that's fair enough. That's pretty good.
So, but you're talking PS5, 450 quid, and then you're talking NVIDIA 3080, 600 quid.
Yeah, that would future-proof your computer for quite a while, wouldn't it?
If I got a 3080 in my slightly newer PC that I've got now, I think that'd be a beast.
It would be quite epic.
Is it worth extra 200 quid to make an obscenely good PC, or have some gaming downstairs?
You got to weigh up the odds, really, haven't you? I mean,
it depends what Microsoft do, to be quite honest.
Well, Bethesda, don't they?
Exactly. So
keep buying everyone, and we have to buy an Xbox, don't you?
I imagine the next Fallout, Doom, and Elder Scrolls games will all be Xbox exclusives.
Yeah, that's going to piss off
for a period of time. Yeah, they'll put it to PlayStation because they're going to have to for the money.
That might piss off a lot of PC gamers who have made spending all their money with them.
PC exclusive.
You reckon?
They'll just it'll be they've got that Xbox Live malark that you can have on PC as well.
Yeah, that's true. Oh god, yeah.
They can't not put Fallout on Elder Scrolls on PC, otherwise they'll lose all the money.
Yeah, okay, so that's where it made all its money, didn't it? Really?
Yeah, and Doom, for example, you can't. They're all PC games, but as you said previously, these are just now. They're just PCs in a box, especially the Xbox X. Literally just an ATX PC. It doesn't even look like a console anymore. It's just it looks like a lump ATX build PC.
In the old, it's like it's like a £500 gaming PC bundle you buy that's complete. I mean,
for that money, it's
pretty
really
decent.
good.
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
Really good, because I
I'd be happy with a PC like that.
PC.
My PC costs a lot more than that. It's not that good.
If you can play 60 FPS at 4K, it's got 1 terabyte SSD,
which is more than a PlayStation 5.
Yeah, 16 gig of RAM.
I've got no RAM.
That's all right. 3.66 gigahertz, and it's got a 1 terabyte expansion card or a USB slot for expansion.
Yeah, but the 1 terabyte expansion. You seen the terabyte expansion memory card they've advertised? It's like they just slot in, and it's the same price as an Xbox Series X. So there you go.
That surprised me. And it's got Dolby Atmos apparently.
Great. Everyone needs it.
The good thing about the Xbox is that it's got full backwards compatibility.
This is the thing. Yes, you can play
everything previous,
all of them. Even the
apparently,
360 games.
It'll also upscale Xbox and Xbox 360 games.
It'll upscale and sometimes even hardware process them as well. So it's actually higher frame rate and higher quality graphics, which is quite clever. Yeah. It's very clever. But I mean,
indeed, whereas PlayStation's it said most of the top 100 games will be compatible. And what does that mean? Most.
That means most.
Does that mean 51 of the top 100 games? Because that's most.
Yes,
right?
51 if you're lucky.
So if it's 100 to 49, what is the top 100 games of PlayStation anyway?
I don't know.
I couldn't name 100 games out for the PlayStation.
Every game that I would name these days would be a PC/Xbox game. I thought PlayStation games.
I imagine number one's going to be Madden or FIFA or
it could be FIFA,
NBA, isn't it? It's going to be one of those sports games. They're going to be in the top 10. They're a good chunk of those.
But
Red Dead's probably up there. God of War, Last of Us.
Yeah, Last of Us is probably one of their biggest ones as well, isn't it? I mean, to be fair.
It's a bit underwhelming, to be honest. I haven't even finished it.
What, 2? Yeah. Oh, well, I'll leave that off the back catalogue then.
I mean, you can borrow it. when I get a PlayStation 5, you can have my 4 and it. There you go.
But I mean, coming back to this console versus PC thing, I know this is not what this podcast is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. But they don't seem to be so far apart these days. It used to be a console was a box with 2 controllers or 4 controllers, and you put a cartridge in, and you switched it on, and you played that game. That's all it did. It was nice and quick.
Nowadays,
and easy.
Though, with your software game developers who can't roll out a completed game at all ever.
Yeah.
So, like for example, on my PlayStation 4, the new version of Madden came out beginning of this month. Yeah, so I bought it.
Yes, as you would.
And then I put my disc in. It came on the day of release. Yeah, from Amazon. Put the disc in. Went play, and it went. Oh, there's an update. 16 gig.
Wow, that's quite a big update.
You'll be for the next hour, just sit there and watch this thing go up and then try and install itself. And then it was just like, oh my god. And because I hadn't turned my PlayStation on for a while.
Oh, all the back updates as well.
Yeah, the OS updates, and it was just like, I couldn't play the game for like 2 hours before. What kind of special kind of bullshit? The whole point of the console is that you get a game, you put it in, and you can play it.
Yes, exactly. I mean, if you want to wait around for uploads and downloads of updates and patches,
I mean,
play PC. We do that. We're used to that
Jesus.
On PC. We expect it. With the console, what you want to do is switch the play thing on, put the game you want to play, and play it. That's it. That's what I want console for.
Game developers nowadays just don't release a full game properly. They release full of bugs, and they go, we'll fix it on day one patch. It'll be right.
Well, they release it early because they want to get the money quick in. What?
I will caveat that as most game developers. You're looking at people who make FIFA and EA and that, who just basically change a few skins and chuck it out the door.
Well, I mean,
and they've still got the bugs from last year and whatever. But I mean, and you've got, it seems to be your big publishers who force people to publish. Whereas you've got your Project CD Red.
Yes, yeah.
Who did The Witcher, who released a full game and then a DLC, which was basically a full game again for The Witcher 3. And now doing Cyberpunk and gone, not so good. We're going to keep it back for a bit.
Well, yeah, I think they're waiting for it and then release it. Ready.
But I imagine when Cyberpunk 2077 comes out, there'll be a day one patch nonetheless.
Oh, of course it will. There's bound to be, because they'll release it all and then realise that you click the mouse 15 times in a certain spot and someone's trousers turn inside out or something. They'll have to repair it all.
There's always going to be patches afterwards because all of the checking you can do, you've still not got that many idiots in your games developing shop, have you? As people in the world.
No, exactly. If you're running out to 100,000 people, that's far better product testing than 5 blokes in the back room high off Red Bull and biscuits.
Yeah, well, the guys in your studio surely know the game kind of inside out anyways. They know what
they're know what they're looking at.
They're not doing stupid things for stupid reasons.
I mean, things like just trying to break the game on purpose and things like that, like people do. Try to
that's what I mean.
Out of the map and things.
Walks into a bar, he orders 1 drink, then he orders 9,999 drinks, then he orders 0 drinks, then he orders a horse. Yeah, so that's the kind of thing. But that's the problem with consoles. I mean, out of the ones that I can see, I did previously with the 360 and the PlayStation, definitely for the PlayStation 3, it was free to play online.
This is another thing that bugs me. You're paying for the internet, and then you're paying for the console.
We'll charge you for that.
Yeah, and then your Xbox Gold came out, didn't it?
Yeah, and then now PlayStation charge you for playing online.
Because PlayStation Network used to be free. I remember that on the PlayStation 3. PlayStation 4, they started charging you for it as well, because it's another way to make money out of you.
Exactly. So why... That's the thing. If I think most of these games, like 99% of the games that come out on these consoles, will, given a year, come out on PC.
Yeah.
And I've already got a PC, and nobody charges me for playing online.
Oh, apart from your internet service provider.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But you're in paid for when you got a console as well.
Online, surprisingly. But that's why I don't get why that's a thing. Oh, I do get it
because you know why? Because they're probably it's probably they make more money out of the in manufacturing industry. They don't make any money on the actual Xbox or the PlayStation. They make all their money on the sundries, games, and services they provide, which is quite annoying because you've already paid for the Xbox and the game and the controller. You have to pay more.
Yeah, I bet you the controller's about 40 quid a pop, isn't it?
Well, the rest. I mean, the games for the PlayStation 5 are going to be like 80 quid a pop.
Yeah, 70 quid, they said. That's what I mean. I'm alright for it. There's nothing that I've seen on those exclusive lists that makes me go, ooh, I should buy either of those.
No, I know what you mean. I mean, it's all things that are already readily available in the PC gaming industry that have been around for quite a while. We're all used to that.
You have a PC. I look at the PlayStation 5 stuff and go, oh, Gran Turismo 7, that could, in theory, make me want to buy...
I love that game. I love Gran Turismo.
Like? What's the last Gran Turismo like? Oh, it was a big steaming pile of shite. So, no, I think is the answer to that one.
Buggy shit as well.
And then there's, Spider-Man Miles Morales. That might be... But I've already got Spider-Man, the one on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, it didn't come out that long ago.
So...
It's going to be the same game with different packs.
So what's this new one going to do? It's just going to be different baddies and
different storyline,
different skins, isn't it?
Yeah.
Same everything else.
There's nothing out there. I'd love to. I'm not complaining if someone wants to send me an Xbox Series X or the PlayStation 5, so they can put my foot in my mouth and say, yeah, actually they're pretty good. I'm all welcome to someone sending me one for free. Not a problem. Can't see why you would spend. I mean, it just seems a bit daft to me to spend that money on basically the Xbox / mid-range gaming PC or the PlayStation / weird Art Deco design thing that sits in your front room.
The thing is, I can see it from both ways. I mean, we've spent a lot of money on PCs and I've already got a console anyway, or an old-gen console. So we don't really need a new one, but if you've not got a PC and you want to do a bit of PC gaming, but you can't afford PC gaming, then your Xbox X and PlayStation 5 will probably hit that and scratch that itch for you.
Well, but
I mean, it's going to be a lot better than your PlayStation 4 and your Xbox.
Oh yeah, it's next gen for a reason because the graphics and the speed of it is going to be phenomenal. To be fair,
yeah, you've got SSDs now, so your load time is going to be next to nothing. You got the
PlayStation 5 SSD processing speed is ridiculously fast. It's like 5.6 gig a second or something.
And you've got 16 gig of RAM, which is
it's pretty decent.
DDR6, I think.
Yes, it is DDR6, yeah.
I know you get graphics in the PlayStation and AMD graphics card. It's got it enables ray tracing, like the NVIDIA 2080 series and the 830 series.
Yep.
So it's got ray tracing and that. And then the PlayStation's got NVMe slots as well as a USB slot for expansion, whereas you got that 1 terabyte thing for the Xbox. So you can future-proof it, and it'll give you a good shout.
But how long is it going to be out for until they bring out the next one?
Like 2 years, probably.
Yeah, I mean, a decent high-end build PC, again, granted, costs more money, but last you 5 years, no problem.
Well, they won't stop making games for it after 2 years, will they?
No.
3 years, I suppose. So it's £450 for either, I suppose.
And I suppose you can these days as well, if you want to YouTube it, you can get the Elgato stream recorders that clip into the back of them and things like that, so you don't have to run through a PC.
Now, isn't it? I think.
I believe there's Xbox actually has a share button right now as well.
Yeah, so that's what my PlayStation
share
does.
Clips.
It annoys me. I keep because it used to be options and select, the 2 buttons on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And every now and again I go, so it says press, and I press where the select should be, and it's like PS Share or something. None of the screen comes up asking me if I want to record the past 10 seconds of my game or some rubbish. Great. And share it to the cloud. Anyway, but yeah, I can see it both ways. If you've already got a gaming PC and you're a PC gamer, then I'd these off at least until next year when they drop down in price again.
Yeah, so there's a bit more sense.
See what the games are like.
Yeah. If you haven't and you're a stalwart Xbox or PlayStation 5 fan,
you can buy one anyway, so there's no point in me saying yes or no. Yeah.
Now, can I ask when it comes down to look, Stephen, which one do you prefer looks-wise?
I don't know. I mean, the Xbox is just a box. So
it's literally a box.
It does exactly what it says on the tin.
Now, it does appear to have that weird green glow on the top through a grid, which kind of looks cool, but I'm pretty sure that's just a cooling fan.
PlayStation 5 is white.
Yes.
Well, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
it's white and black.
They're classing it as the white goods. I don't know.
Who has white in any of the?
It's a modern colour, Stephen. You have white and grey walls.
Yeah, but if it's underneath
next to your black TV,
yeah,
your black PC, your
black PC, and black TV, everything. All TV stuff and sound stuff's black.
Traditionally, I mean, you can get
because
different
it
colours.
It's tied away. You put it in a cupboard under your telly or whatever, your TV stand, and it's just hidden.
Cupboard under your telly? How old are you?
Yeah, but you've got a TV stand, don't I?
Well, yeah.
Because it doesn't. It just hides in the shadows, and
just like when you take on. Do you not like the idea of it like being a presentation piece then with its glow and its weird tulip shaped top and
things? That makes you look like a prick.
Why are you insisting on making so many beeps for me in this video?
You walk into somebody's house and they've got a PlayStation 5 front and centre going, ooh, look at this, I paid £500 for this. You're a tit, aren't you? You're just a tit. I mean, also, it would be underneath my £1,300 telly.
Yeah, I mean, well, like the old PlayStations of old, can it flip on its side? I can't remember.
I don't know, but mine. At the moment, my 4 is black. It's underneath the telly, hidden in the shadows.
But
next to my media center PC, which is black, hidden in the shadows, with my router, which is black and hidden in the shadows.
Yes.
But now, the Xbox X will be black and it will be hidden in the shadows. Which
it's not going to hide in the shadows. It's freaking massive.
It's a bit chunky, but it's not as chunky as my old media center PC.
That's true. That's true.
Hide away. So I'd say that I prefer the Xbox X because you can just kind of hide it away.
Yeah, you don't have to hide it behind something.
Yeah, and then you can't hide it because you need your controller to Bluetooth and stuff to it.
Yeah.
So you have to have a white monstrosity on display all the time.
Well, I mean, that's the thing as well. If it doesn't lie down flat, then it's going to be quite difficult to put it anywhere anyway. It's going to have to stand up next to your telly.
And then even more gaudy and white. So
going with the Xbox then, eh?
Yeah, I mean, looks-wise, definitely. I mean,
yeah, I can understand
gameplay-wise, I'd say the Xbox is better. It's got better.
I'm just this second realising, speaking of gaudy and white things, my PC tower is gaudy and white.
Mine is black and it hides in the shadows.
To be fair, mine was on sale. The tower was on sale when I bought it. That's the only reason why.
3 LED red fans on the front.
I had the choice of the RGB, and the RGB said you will have white, so I've got white fans as well.
But then again, all of my PC kit's red and black, so you know.
Everything else of mine's black and green. Thank you, Razer.
You can tell it goes really well with my white, blue, and red room.
How did this turn into an interior decorating using technology podcast?
I don't know. But for looks, Xbox X. For power and good, just general
decent
being a better kit, Xbox X. For games,
controller. Always a bane of my existence, the Xbox controller. I never got on with it.
I like them both.
Have you seen the new controller?
Yeah.
Exactly the same as the old controller.
I know.
So much so that your old Xbox X,
this is black,
is... Stop talking about interior decorating.
But it is
exactly.
It's the same as the old one.
Back. You can put the old controllers into the new one as well, apparently, and vice versa.
Good, because I've got a crap load of those still.
I think that's all right. They're always quite handy for PC gaming.
Exactly, 360 controllers and a Bluetooth dongle, and you can chuck it into your PC with no props.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'd say that everything goes in the favour of the Xbox X, apart from the games. Which is a landslide victory for Sony, I'd say.
Yeah, but Microsoft have got a cunning plan. If you can't get the games for your
console, when's Elder Scrolls 6 coming out, and Fallout 5, and Doom, Doom's only just come out this year, so you got another 3 years before Doom comes out again.
Yeah, true.
Elder Scrolls was shown at E3, and it was just...
Which E3? Like, the one that happened or the one that didn't?
The one that happened.
So not
it was Bethesda's own fucking con that they did.
Oh, right, okay. Japan gaming con then.
No, they did. I mean, that was like last year, and all it was a title. That's all. It was like you fly through the sky, title, and everyone went woo, yay, grr, and people started
they
crying.
Carried away a bit, don't they?
Yeah. And
I mean, it was a good game. It wasn't that good.
Fallout 5. No one's I'd heard of it. So,
well, there's probably a reason for that because they're still trying to sell Fallout 4.
76.
76, oh yeah. I've got 4. 4 was good. Trying to sell 76, but...
That also proves my point in the fact that when Bethesda themselves get their hands on something, more recently, it's been a buggy piece of shit.
Yeah.
The only good thing Bethesda released recently is Doom, and that's because id Software made it.
Really? Are they still going?
Yeah, Bethesda own them.
Oh, okay. I wonder what happened to them.
So the only reason that's good is because it's a different part of Bethesda, not the buggy piece of crap.
Yes, it was a small company that made it, and then they just went, "Oh, thank you," and put it out.
Pretty much, and you got your Skyrim, for as much as it's loved, is still to this day a buggy piece of shit.
Oh yeah, of course
Fallout is a buggy piece of shit. I mean, you make massive games, you expect a few bugs, right?
Understandable.
But you go play The Witcher 3, and your horse appears on the top of a house, and it's endearing.
It's quite funny. I always try to do that. Actually, it's like
you go to play Skyrim, and there's people walking into walls and moonwalking, and then God knows you teleport and you fall through the floor, and
oh yeah, I remember the moonwalking NCPs. They were awesome.
And then you have to go to the Steam Workshop to download mods to make the game actually decent and playable.
Yeah, it's quite scary that the modding community are the only ones that actually manage to fix games. Why don't studios just employ them?
Weird.
Just employ those people that mod it and get them to fix the actual game before you release it. Problem solved.
It's
again, we're not. This is not an argument against.
No, but I'm just saying the fact that Microsoft bought Bethesda. You'd think would inch my way towards the Xbox. Although I'm saying the Xbox is best everything apart from games, and then you go like, but they bought Bethesda. But Bethesda are not going to release anything decent, in inverted commas, decent, for another 2 years. Easy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they'll be working on it.
In 2 years' time, they'll all be ramping up for the Xbox Z or something.
Well, yeah, what's the next one going to be? Why? Xbox Y. Wow.
They'll just call it Xbox again.
Just they're going back to the original Xbox.
Yeah, with a full massive stop or something.
Exclamation mark. Question mark. Xbox. Yeah. Is it?
Box X.
Or is it just a PC? Who knows?
Yes.
So we've ascertained then that the PlayStation 5 is quite good.
It's quite good. Got the better games. I'd say the Xbox X is the better console.
Yes, I probably agree with that. If I could have a PlayStation controller on an Xbox, I'd be very happy.
I'm not that bothered. I mean, both controllers.
It's almost like built for octopus gamers. It's weird.
The thing is, with consoles, your top selling games are not going to be your PC your exclusive.
No,
they're going to be your FIFAs again, and your Maddens, and your.
Of course, it's the ones that are always big sellers.
Your platformers and stuff like that. And CODs and. So they're going to be released on both.
First-person shooters on controllers, nightmare. Ugh.
They're going to be released on both, aren't they?
Because you won't go cut out half your market, are you? Stupid.
So if you into playing those games, if you really into COD or you're really into FIFA, then
I'd play it on either one, whichever one you bought it. But.
Yeah, it will play on either one, and if you got a choice, I'd go Xbox.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. That sounds like a good idea, mate.
If you really, really, really want to play as Miles Morales, then go PlayStation 5.
Yeah, I mean...
If you love Halo super loads, then Xbox X and wait till next year.
Yeah, that was a bit of a kick in the nuts for them, right?
But, it's at the end of the day, it's up to you. It's your choice, your preferences. I mean, we can only say the Xbox X is the better console and the PlayStation's got the better games, but has the PlayStation got better games? That's entirely my opinion. You know what I mean?
I mean, people are gonna pick their own decisions anyway, aren't they? Of course they are. We're just here discussing our opinions. They're gonna pick their own.
Exactly. And my opinion is Xbox X is probably the better one, but I probably won't buy either for another year or so.
Exactly. And if you do buy either, you're probably not gonna buy the PlayStation because you don't want white in your house for some reason.
They'll bring us a new slim version out anyway in a year, and it'll be black.
Isn't the digital one a slim version already?
Yeah, but you know what they did with the last one, didn't they? They go, a year in, they go, here's the Xbox X Plus, and it's a bit thinner, and it's got a bit more gumph on it. You know what I mean? It's the PlayStation 5.1, and then you've got a slimmer version that's, a different colour.
Yeah, I mean, they've been doing it for years, though, haven't they? I mean,
there'll be a game that comes out with the PlayStation, and the PlayStation's coloured to that game.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you can just buy a wrap for it anyway, I suppose, can't you? So.
I'm doing that. Rubbish.
But I mean, I know Xbox, the old Xbox X did loads of special edition ones for like Gears of War and things like that, or special edition ones, isn't there? So.
Exactly. But I mean, yeah, but there's also your PlayStation 5. What Naughty Dog have run out of stuff. They're normally the guys who do your exclusive for your PlayStation that everyone gets hyped about, right? Your Uncharted and your Last of Us is.
Well, they must be about due for another Uncharted, surely. Now with the films coming out as well, that's bound to bump it up a bit.
I thought they put an underline and a full stop at the end of 4.
Well, you'd assume so, but it's still a license to print money. You bring another Uncharted out, people go buy it, isn't they?
Yeah, but they'll probably bring something else out.
Like what?
Something new.
Invent it now, Stephen. Like what? Well, you think they're going to bring out?
It'll be some sort of
charted. It's charted. Go everywhere where there's a map now, so you know where you're going.
Yeah, or 2 of us. Some of us. The game.
Group of us.
It's just you and a bunch of dudes just walking around.
I like that. Yeah, 2 of us. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, so...
Well, sorry, go on.
No, I'm just saying that I think... Just keep coming back to the same thing, really. It's... They're alright, yeah. It's my honest opinion. They're alright. I mean, I wouldn't buy one until they come down in price. Would
you class yourself as a console buyer when you were younger, Stephen?
I've bought a PlayStation, every single version of every PlayStation.
There you go.
And I've had
and you've had one Xbox so far.
Mm-hmm. And a Sega before that.
That's not counting Sega. But
and
now you would buy the Xbox. Well, yeah, I haven't bought a Wii, didn't I? Just so you can sit there playing bowling and things.
Yeah. But yeah, if gone to my head, I'd buy the Xbox X.
Yeah, I think I probably would do as well. Probably because because everything's Microsoft owned anyway, I'm used to how everything works for Microsoft, so that would help.
It's mostly because the exclusive games on both sides don't really faze me. I'm not hyped for any of them.
No, I've not seen anything that's coming out in the future that I'm going, I can't wait for that to come out, to be honest with you.
If I'm buying a console, it'll be to play FIFA and Madden and stuff on it.
Yeah, which is what everyone does anyway, so...
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That should about wrap it up then for the podcast. After all that gibberish and interior design, we've decided that out of the Xbox and the PlayStation 5, we both go for the Xbox. Me because it's Microsoft and that's what I'm used to now. It seems like better value for money. And Stephen because he doesn't like white things in his house.
Yes, pretty much, yeah. Also, the full backwards compatibility is quite nice.
Yeah, it does help. It means all the games you've bought previously. I want to point in there because no one actually buys games anymore.
I mean,
all the games you've downloaded recently in the past.
In fact, last night I watched Venom on Netflix for no apparent reason. Right?
Wow, what are you desperate?
I know. He was like, "You might want to watch Venom." I was like, "Yeah, I might." So I did. Anyway, the point is, at the end of Venom, I went, "Ooh, I've got the real hankering to play the prototype games because that's basically Venom, right?"
Yeah.
And I went, Amazon, prototype, PlayStation 3. And I was like, shit.
Don't you already have that?
No.
Then you used to play prototype, didn't you?
Yes, on my PlayStation 3. I don't have it anymore. And I'm not hoarder like you. I just bin it as soon as it's done. I don't bin it. It went to charity.
It's called collection.
Charity, it went.
Collecting, it's called.
Thank you very much.
Hoarding.
That's my
so I can have
golden Halo thing. Year of
you gave
3 years ago.
But you gave prototype away.
Not all of the games. I'm a PlayStation 3 because I'm nice like that.
Okay.
But anyway, the point is, prototype. Yeah. If I had an Xbox X and I went, ooh, prototype, I could get the 360 version for 15 quid, 10 quid off Amazon or something. Get it, put it in my Xbox X. It would upscale it to 4K, and I'd be having a giraffe, wouldn't I?
Yes, but you can't do it in the S though.
Stabbing dudes with a big blade arm, and then I get bored and finish. But
yeah, you couldn't do it with the S though, could you?
No, because it ain't got a disk drive. You'd have to download it, unless it's got, I don't know.
Does the S have backwards compatibility as well?
I believe it does.
Oh, that's all right. That's fair enough then.
But it's all digital in it, so only what they supply rather than anything.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, it is half the price, so
yeah. I think you can get the Xbox store and they give you free games, don't they? Every
week, I think they get a free game on there. I think.
So.
But obviously, you're out of space and need to buy the £500 SSD expansion card to go with it.
Or you just buy a USB hard drive.
Shh. They don't know that one. Don't break the matrix, Stephen. They're listening. Yeah. Both you and I are running Microsoft Windows. They can hear.
Well, that is weird. How the Xbox X with no disk drive, which you could have to play all your games digitally, is only got 512 gig of space.
Wait, what?
512 gigs.
Not the Series X, the XX.
No, the S. Xbox S. The one without a disk drive, where you have to buy everything digitally.
Yeah.
512 gig hard drive.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to hold lots of games. You can hold a few.
You're thinking your console games that come out now are somewhere in the region of 50 to 100 gig a pop.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. They are, aren't they? Some of the downloads are like.
So you're going to fit, I don't know, 7 or 8 games total on it.
Does it have the expansion slot with it as well?
Yeah, it does. But then you have to pay your price again, or more than because it's 250 quid.
This is called genius marketing, you see, Stephen. This is what.
Or you have to buy a USB drive, which is going to be slower than your SSD or whatever.
Oh, massively. Well, you can buy USB SSDs, can't you?
Yeah, but it still have to go over USB, doesn't it?
Yes, USB 3.1, which is not that fast.
It's fast enough. It's just not faster than an SSD in there, is it?
No.
So, yeah, that's a bit weird. I mean, the PlayStation 5 digital edition still got the same hard drive as the original, which is 825 gig, which is probably a gigabyte in the 1,000 bloody kilobytes to a megabyte bollocks that they try and get away with.
That's your IT technician.
Everybody knows it's 1,024, and anyone who just says otherwise is an asshat.
Yes, I know.
Out for profit. Hence your 1 terabyte, 825 gig instead.
Have you ever noticed, Stephen, that these people that produce these things are trying to make money?
I still don't understand how to get away with saying it's however many gigabytes when it's quite blatantly officially not. It's just like, oh yeah, it's a gigabyte because we think a gigabyte's 1,000 megabytes. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. Novice.
Anyway, trying to conclude the podcast about the Xbox and the PlayStation, not
carry on about rubbish. You said you wanted a bit more waffly podcast.
I did, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I wanted the world to see what we're like normally, where we get off in tangents
and that'll learn you.
No, it's great. I'm not editing this. I'm just beeping out you and your bad language, and then it's going out whole just so people can see what it's actually like. What?
I'm not saying chuff in the future.
Yes,
they're dropping F-bombs.
Yes, and holy Flurkenschnitt and things like that. That's fine. Yes. F-bombs were a nightmare. So, if you want to join in on this conversation, you can leave us a comment below and let us know how much chuff we are talking. If you agree with us, great. Let us know you agree with us. If you agree with him and his strange interior designs and worryings about things like that, then please let him know on social media or let me know. Don't forget, you could also smash that like button if you want to help us out. You could even help us out even more by subscribing to the channel, which does obviously makes it possible for us to produce more videos like this.
Yes, likes, comments, and subscribe.
That's what we all need. That's what we're all going for these days. Likes, comments, and subscribes.
Indeed.
Don't forget to also check out our social media pages. I'll put them somewhere as usual to the social media disco. So you can check out behind the scenes and this guy taking a mick out of me on Twitter and things like that as usual. And that's about it, isn't it? Anything else we missed?
No.
Great. Perfect. No editing needed at all, obviously.
Yeah.
So in that case, I say thanks for watching and goodbye from him.
Bye.
And goodbye from me, because we keep stealing this bit from the 70s.
Yay. Ronnie's.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Bye.